For our last problem, let's work out this crazy figure, alright? Let's solve for the perimeter and the area. Let's begin. Okay, here are the facts. This line here measures 9.5 centimeters. This line here measures 8.5 centimeters. If you're wondering what the 15 centimeters pertains to, the 15 centimeters is the line from here all the way up to the end of the paper. And then, we have this line that 1.5 centimeters must belong to here. Alright, it belongs to this area. And then, I've drawn this height. The entire height of the figure is the same length as this guy, which is 9.5. So therefore, the entire height is also 9.5 centimeters, okay? Now, let's work this out. Alright? First of all, let's work this out little by little. Now, we need to get the other dimensions. In order for us to solve for the perimeter, of course, we need to go around this figure. This, and this. This 8.5, 9.5, and 3.2 have already been given. Kaya lang, what about the others? They're still not yet found. But here's how we can get them. If you're listening to me, listen how. First, we know that this is the length of the, the entire thing. This is 15 centimeters. So 15 minus 8.5. Because we need to get the measure of this length of the semicircle's diameter. Because this 15 centimeters pertains from here all the way up to the end of the paper. But we need to get 8.5. But we got 8.5 from the start here up to the end, up to the point where the semicircle's diameter has begun. So what do? We want to get the measure of this diameter, the semicircle's diameter. Yup, you guessed it. The long minus the short, which is 15 minus 18.5. So it will somehow look like this. 15 minus 8.5. Okay? So therefore, this becomes, skip 6 digits, right? So 6.5. Therefore, the measure of this diameter here must measure 6.5 cm. If you add this up, 5 plus 5 is 10. And then 8 plus 6 is 14. Carry 1, that's 15. Alright? Now you got it. Now, look at the diameter of the circle. Did you know that if we were to cut the circle into 1/4, this is the radius, right? Furthermore, this thing is also the radius, where you see the height of 9.5. So what is the radius of 6.5, which is the diameter? If your answer is 32.5, you are correct. Because look at this, oh. You have this 6.5. Divide by 2. This becomes 32. Diba? 32 times 2, 64. And then 10, and 3.25. So therefore, that will be the measure of our radius of the diameter. The radius of the diameter is 32.5. Or 3.25 cm. Alright? Now that we already got 3.25 cm, that is the diameter, the radius of this semicircle. But we need to get the entire height. Remember what did I tell you? I said that the entire height here measures 9.5 centimeters. However, we do not know what this one is yet. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention to you that this 1.5 cm, this line here is the same measure of this one. So this also 6.5. This should also measure 6.5. So 6.5 minus 1.5 equals 5 cm. So therefore, the length of the purple line should measure 5 cm. Okay? So now we already have our measure. 5 cm. Now, we need to get the measure of the height. Because it says here that the big VAT total of the height is 9.5 centimeters. So how can we get the other part of the height? Yup, you guessed it. Let's look over a right triangle for a while. Do you think we can play a game called Pythagorean Theorem? If your answer is yes, you are correct. And here's why. Remember, this is A, then B, then C. We need to get the measure of letter B. So that, based on letter B, we can now get the missing measure of this guy. Moreover, we could be able to tell what the measure of this guy is. Okay? By subtracting the entire minus the summation of these two. This length and this 3.25. Let's do it now. So we have What's the measure? 1.5 squared plus b squared equals 3.2 squared. Okay? We know that 1.5 is 2.25 squared. B squared, we don't know. Then 3.2 squared, I may need to use a calculator to be sure of the answer. So look at this po. 10.24. So 10.24. Now subtract 2.25 on both sides. Minus 2.25. This becomes b squared is equivalent to 14 minus 5 is 9. This becomes 11. 9. And then this becomes a 9. 9 minus 2 is 7.99. Take the square root of that. Or let's try it with the calculator. 3.2 squared minus 1.5 squared. Tama, we should get 7.99. And then take the square root of 7.99. Actually, malabo siya maging 8 eh. Kung maging 8, pwede pa rin yun. Then take the square root of 8. It's just like 4 times the square root of 4 times 2. So it's like 2 times the square root of 2 na lang. So this should be 2.82 something. So therefore, that's the measure of the B. The B should measure 2.82. B should be 2.82 cm. Now imagine if I were to do the square root of 8, do you think we will still get the same answer? Yes, we still did. 2.82 or 2.83. Alright? Now we already got our height. Alright? Wait lang ha. Our height that we got here is 2.8. 2.82. Now we got 2.82 here. This is 2.82, diba? 2.82 cm. And then this here is 3.25. Let's sum this up together. So 2.82 minus 3.25. 7, 10, 6. 6.07. Then 9.5, which is the measure of the entire thing, minus 6.07, we should get 0 minus 7 is 3, 4. This becomes 8, right? Oh, wait. Right. Wrong. This becomes 9 pa rin. So, tama. We should get 3.43. Let's see if it makes sense. 9.5 minus, ano yung kinuha namin? The summation of 3.25 plus 2.82. Tama? Tama. We should get 3.43, which is the answer. The answer that we got here. So, tama. Wait lang ha. So, tama. 3.43. So, therefore, the measure of the height should be 3.43 centimeters. Now, can we solve for the perimeter and area? Yes, we can. First of all, let's solve for the perimeter muna. We know the perimeter is the distance around the shape. Uh-oh, another problem. We forgot to solve for the circle, the semicircle. Diba we already have 8.5, 9.5, 5, 3.2, and then this one, 2.82 plus 3.43, diba? 2.82 plus 3.43. Let's see. This becomes 5, 12, 6. So 6.25. So plus 3.25, we should get 9.5. Tama? Okay? So dapat the measure of this entire thing is 6.25. Okay? 6.25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's only missing na lang is this blue arc. How do we get the arc? That's right. We can play the game of circumference. Get the half circumference of the circle. And you know already our formula for half circumference, right? It's always pi times d divided by 2. So, hindi mo siya makikita. Yan, pi times diameter divided by 2. Okay? Or you can do radius times theta times pi over 180. But actually, since it's 180 degrees divided by 180, so therefore, it's just pi times radius na lang. Diba? Because d divided by 2 is just radius. So, tama. Let's do this. So, we have 3.14. What's our diameter? Our diameter is 6.5. Diba? And then divide by 2. Let's solve this. Okay, so we should get 1570. And then 1884. Then we add this up all together. 6 plus 8 equals 14. And then 2. Tama. 20.41. Then 20.41 divided by 2. That's 10. 20, 41. That becomes 20. Tama. So the HC is 10.205 cm. Okay? Okay? So that is the answer to our problem. Yeah, and so now that's our answer. Now let's add up everything up. So 10.205 plus 8.5 plus 9.5 plus ano pa? 5 cm plus 3.2 plus 6.25. Now we can already solve for the answer. And the answer is, let's see, 42.655. So the perimeter of the figure is 42.655 centimeters. That is the perimeter of the figure. Now let's go to the area. To solve for the area of the figure, at least it's easy now. Since we've already parted the figures into shapes, it will be easier now to solve for its area. Let's start off with the triangle muna. So we know it's base times height. So 1.5 cm times ano yung height ng kinuha namin? Remember, it's 2.82, di ba? 2.82 divided by 2. So therefore, it's 2.115. So that's the area of the triangle. So 1.5 times 2.82 base times height, then divide by 2, I cross it out. So therefore, it's just 1.5 times 1.41 na lang. And you should get 2.115. That's the area of the triangle. Next, for the area of the trapezoid, let's do this. Remember ang formula? Long base plus the short base. The long base is 15. The short base is 6.5. Kasi po, remember 5 centimeters is this purple. Plus don't forget your 1.5. So therefore, this is 6.5 plus 15. And then times the height, which is 3.43, diba? Then divide by 2. Para mas madali, gagawin ka na sa calculator. So therefore, we have 6.5 plus 1 plus 15 times 3.43. Teka lang ah. Then divide by 2. So tama, we should get 36.8725. So the answer is 3687.25. Okay. That's for the second, okay? Now for the last one. The last one is the semicircle. So for the sake of a semicircle, you know already how to solve for the area. It's pi times the radius squared divided by 2. Diba? So we have this. Let's do it on a calculator para mas mabilis. 3.14 times the radius squared. Ano yung radius squared? 3.25, diba? 3.25 squared. Okay? And then you got this. Then divide by 2. So therefore your answer is 16.583125. Now that we've already gotten our answers, remember this the area of the semicircle, trapezoid, and triangle. Now we add everything up. So plus the area of our, what you call this, 3.8725, that's the trapezoid. Then plus 2.115, the area of our triangle. So therefore, our total area is 55.570625. So yan, that's the answer to our problem. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you like this video. God bless.